Okay, so in a video that I just recorded, I made the melody for this, and I've already started adding an 808, but let's mute that for a second. This is what it sounds like. Okay, you get the idea. And I've started with a Zay 808. I may change it, but I'm not sure yet. Maybe the typical like 3 would sound best. Yeah, we can always come back and change it. I'm so sorry if you hear a chainsaw in the back. We're having work done outside right now, so. Okay, let's add a snare. Okay, so I made the 808 pattern a little bit more complex. I just kind of added a couple of extra notes here at the end of each phrase. Too noisy of a hi-hat. So I made a 4-bar loop for the hi-hats, and now I think what I'm going to do is copy it over and then flip it horizontally. So Alt-Y, and then flip horizontally. There we go. Let's find some open hats. Add the blessings crash. Be able to add a counter snare as well without it, because it's a pretty slow BPM, so we can get away with fitting a lot more like stuff into it without it sounding too busy. So let's try and find something, maybe a rim, that might be it. Yeah, maybe something like this. And I think I'm going to actually add to the hi-hat pattern. So I'm going to come back to here. Actually here. And I'm going to take some of these and actually pitch them up and down. I've done this a handful of times before, and it sounds pretty cool when you do it. So let's maybe move this one down right before the main snare. And then right after the main snare, we can go up. Yeah, something like that. I think that's good enough. Copy and paste. I think I want to add a kick now. Got a pretty tame kick pattern here. It's just these first two hits on each section, and that's it. I didn't want to go too crazy with the kick here because it just doesn't feel like it needs it. All right, let's put everything on the mixer channel. Okay, now I'm going to process the drums. So I'm going to take all of my hats and put them on one channel. And everything that's not the main hat, I'm separating out to the sides. And then I'm going to merge the main hat just a little bit because I know that later on I'm going to separate the higher frequencies. So I'm kind of counteracting that a little bit here. Take all of our snares and rims and claps, put them together. Okay, now I'm going to take my kick, my claps and snares and my hats and put them all on one. And this will be called my drum bus. Okay, now I'm going to use parallel compression to make the drums hit hopefully a little bit harder. So I'm sending the drums to two different places, and on one of those places I'm over compressing the signal, and the other place is just going to be the send. So this is just where all the information is going to end up from the drums. So I've got the drums going to the send and to this over compression, and then 30% of this over compression is being sent to the send. So in the send we have the original signal and then 30% of this over compressed signal in, which looks like this. And together it's coming out here. And then I'm going to sidechain my kick to a bunch of different things. So when I sidechain my kick to my melody, I keep it very light because I don't want it to be like super noticeable. Like I don't want people to notice, oh, the melody just ducked down right there. Like I just want it to be a very subtle thing that just kind of makes a little bit of space for that kick. Just a very tiny amount. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the 808, except on the 808 I'm going to be a lot more aggressive with the... Okay, Let's sidechain it to the claps, snares, and rims as well. I'm so sorry if you hear that chainsaw. It is so loud. In this case, I don't think my snares or rims or anything like that are hitting at the same time as my kick, so I don't think this is actually doing anything. But sometimes I have them hitting at the same time, and so this will duck it out of the way. Let's do the hats as well. And I'm going to keep the hats kind of light as well. 808. Okay, and there are plenty of other things I could do to this as far as, you know, finishing the beat out. I can arrange it, I can finish processing all the sounds together, and I can finish mixing and mastering it. But for the purposes of this video, that's going to be about it. So if you have any questions about any part of this process, feel free to throw it in the comments down below.